What is going on, everybody? My name is Christian Robert. On this channel, we talk stocks, personal finance, and wealth building. And today I'm going to take you through my $60,000 TD Ameritrade portfolio. If you follow the channel, I literally just posted my last video 30 seconds ago. So I figured since I'm already sitting down, let's go through the portfolio so I can update you guys. So let's jump right in, and as always, make sure if you haven't already, you subscribe to the channel and like the video. I would really appreciate it. But it is currently 2:30 on Friday the 8th. Market is still open. As you can see, the portfolio is sitting at $60,000 or $60,685, and I do carry a pretty large amount of margin, but for my personal goals or my personal comfort level with risk, I'm okay with that. The way I look at it is I want my margin to be less than the total equity I have in Tesla, so that if I ever were to sell Tesla, I would not only pay off my margin, but I would have cash in the account. So I owe 28,000, or I'm borrowing 28,000 in margin, and as you can see in Tesla, the market value is currently at 30,000. I am trimming down my margin. I know it is a lot of margin to be borrowing, but like I said, I'm comfortable with it. So as you can see, Tesla's having a nice day. I actually just watched Elon Musk on the Joe Rogan podcast. It was like 2 hours, but super interesting. They only talked about Tesla for about the final 10 minutes out of the 2 hours. And he announced that the Roadster will not be coming out till after the Cybertruck and possibly the Semi, due to the fact that they need the tri-engine motor in the Roadster, but that has to go into the Cybertruck first. So either way, there's a lot of exciting products coming out in the years to come. So I know this stock is only going to go up in value. So it's currently at $8.17. I will not sell this thing under $1,500 to $2,000 depending on the circumstance at the time. But then my second largest holding is 3M. I bought a few more shares since the last portfolio update, I believe. I have 47 shares, currently worth $7,098. I'm down 10%. Then I've definitely been buying more of MO Altria Group. I now have 150 shares. I'm down 21%, but I'm bringing in, I should be bringing in $120 per quarter with the dividend now. O Realty Group, I'm up to 81 shares. Average cost of $69. I've been adding to it, trying to bring that down. It's currently worth $54.58. I would love to get my average cost back into the 50s. When I've had this in my portfolio before, I had an average at 52 or 51, so it would be great to get back to the mid to low 50s. A newer holding of mine is Wynn Resorts. I have 35 shares. I was down substantially in this recently. It got into, I believe, the $30 range during that crazy drop in the market. Now we're back to $85, so I'm only down 4.8%. A new position is Fizz. This is a beverage company that owns LaCroix. I actually decided to buy this one because of the financial investor, Jeremy. He bought this one, so I looked into it, and he kept saying how he had a bunch of his subscribers sending him pictures of grocery stores that were completely out of LaCroix. And so I looked further into it, and yeah, LaCroix has been selling out like crazy. So I thought I'd kind of take a short-term approach and try to make some money off of it. So I'm up 20% or $440. If this thing, it's at $51. Once it gets into the 60s, 70s, I'll probably sell out. It's not a long-term holding for me, but if you follow the channel, you know that I'm trying to mix more growth opportunity into this dividend portfolio. Then we have AbbVie, 30 shares, average cost $79. I'm up 4.8%. You know, I should have been adding to this one back into the $60 range, but I was already starting to get into margin, and I didn't want to buy dividend stocks using margin. I'm kind of, although it's in one portfolio, I'm really treating that margin only for that growth with Tesla specifically. So I didn't want to buy more AbbVie on margin. Then we have Disney. Where'd it go? Disney, I have 22 shares. I'm down 11%. The fact that it's not falling after its terrible earnings, I don't understand this. It's quite scary to me, especially knowing that next quarter might be even worse. I was really hoping that with the terrible earnings, it would drop into the low 90s, even high 80s, and I would be forced to buy more because although this is kind of a dividend growth stock, I consider it more of a growth stock in general just because it doesn't offer a very attractive dividend and it's semi-annually, which I'm not a fan of. And it's a growth monster with all of their businesses in the pipeline. This is a massive growth stock. So, I'm not going to touch it until it gets to a really attractive value. Then we have the dreaded Carnival Cruise Line. I have 150 shares. I'm only down 55%, but I'm okay with that. I know that as long as I'm patient, in 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, this thing will eventually pick up. So, it sucks that the dividend was cut, but as long as they can make it on the other side and survive this, it's okay. With the pandemic we're going through, let's just get these companies to the other side and really try to avoid any companies going under because we don't need that as a country. So that's my only thing. As long as they can survive, I'm happy with whatever happens. If it drops below $10, I'll buy. But other than that, I'm ignoring the stock. Speaking of ignoring the stock, New Residential, I'm down 47%. They slashed the dividend by 90% or so that sucks. I was really hoping originally to get this to where it paid me like $1,000 a year, and with the 300 shares that I have, it was paying 50 cents per share, so I would have been bringing in $150 per quarter, so $600 a year. Now it's down to 5 cents per quarter. Again, as long as they survive, I'm happy with it. It's still paying a little dividend, which is better than no dividend, so I can't complain too much. I don't want to go through every single stock, but then BTI, another cigarette company, I'm up 1.9%. Not much to say about this one. I know cigarette companies are a sin stock, but I don't smoke. I believe in the freedom to do whatever you want with yourself as long as you're not harming others. So you know what? People are going to smoke. Why not make dividends off of it? That's the sad truth. Then we have Geo Group. I was just paid out a dividend recently that you can see in the previous video. I have 156 shares. I just had a $72 dividend. I'd like to get this to 100, but I just don't feel comfortable adding to this in this economy that we're in. I don't know what could happen with the with the prison system or anything. So I have an average cost of 15, just under 16. It's currently at 11. If it gets under 10, I'll add, but I'm not quite sure. Next, we have Uber. I also have this one in my M1 finance portfolio. It's newer. I'm up 20%. Average cost 27.01. We're at 32.78. This is another one like Tesla. I think that they're going to be huge in the future, but I might sell this one. The only reason because, like I said, I'm trying to trim that margin. I want to get it back under a comfortable level, well, a more comfortable level, under 15 ideally. So I might sell this one and just focus on growing it in my M1 finance. So we will see what happens. They just had a good earnings report, so I'm kind of hoping it trends up so I can sell out. Then we have SPHD. Not much to say about this one. 50 shares, that consistent monthly income. That's what I love. A newer holding I really am enjoying is Starbucks. I have 20 shares. They went ex-dividend yesterday, roughly. So it's at a 2.16% dividend. I have $1,500 in it. Apple, which cut the dividend. Main Street Capital, this is a newer holding of mine. 50 shares. I'm up 11% with a 9.34% dividend. I should be making just over $10 a month in it. And then IBM, Qualcomm. I'd like to be adding to Qualcomm. I think it could be a good play or a big growth play for the 5G network that we're entering. 15 shares, like I said, up 11%. I got back into Visa, which I'm excited about. I'm up 3.5%, 6 shares. PNC I've been adding to, average cost 101. I'm really trying to get it under $100. So anytime it touches 98, 99, I buy 1 share. Skyworks, 7 shares. Vanguard International Real Estate, 15 shares, down 13%. AG&C down 28%. Nvidia, I'm up 21%, 2 shares. This is, how do you say it? Raytheon Technology. I got this during the United Technology merger, and I bought a few just because I saw a lot of people getting excited about it. I think it could be a very strong defensive stock. 24% gain on Pepsi. I bought this during that massive dip, along with Waste Management up 12%. Home Depot, I got my 2 shares up just under 30%. Hanes Brand, 50 shares. Let's see what else. Flower Foods, 15 shares. General Mills, 5 shares. Johnson & Johnson, I got this during the dip at 125 even. I'm up 18%. JP Morgan, 3 shares. Blackstone, 5 shares, down 9%. Stag, this is another more speculative stock. This is Coty. It is a makeup company. Up 3%. It offers a 10% dividend. Probably going to get cut, but we will see. Funko, 50 shares. I'm down 51%. This is a big bummer. I was planning on adding this one in my children's portfolios, but I might have to hold off. Maybe if it gets back under $4, I'll buy a little bit for each of my 2 boys. KeyBank, Pfizer, 5 shares. CAR, this is also part of the United Technology merger, 10 shares. I'm up 18%. Switch, 10 shares, up 47%. International Paper, down 17%. Wells Fargo, 6 shares, down 27%. AT&T, 5 shares, down 11%. And then all of these holdings are so insignificant in size. I only have less than $100 in a bunch of these. Another thing I'm really starting to realize is that I like having a lot of stocks in my portfolio, but it's starting to get I don't know what the right word is, but it just seems silly to have all these stocks. As much as I like Bank of America, to have 2 shares and I'm only bringing in like 18 cents per quarter in dividend, I'm really starting to realize that I'm comfortable having big positions in individual companies. Like if we go back up to the top, you can see my Tesla. I have $30,000 in it. 3M 7000, MO5. I would like to get to a point where all of my top 10, 15 holdings, I have well above 5,000 or more in it. So I won't be adding any more stocks unless I find compelling value in something. I have my eyes on a few things, but nothing I'm close to pulling the trigger on. But yeah, I don't want to make this video too long. Tell me what you think about my portfolio. If you think I should, change something about it, I'd love to hear opinions. But that is it for the video. As always, make sure if you haven't already, you subscribe to the channel and like the video. I would greatly appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.